Did logging in then just make like a really loud sound of a bunch of shulker boxes opening at once? I don't know. But hello everyone, welcome back to another live stream. Got a little bit of morning voice, it's a Sunday morning. We got bananas in chat from Maurice, that means that we're live and things are good. It's good to know. I've got this weird feeling like I forgot something setting everything up today, but whatever that is, I do not know. Microphone is on, music is playing, the timer has been set. What else could there possibly be? Now you know how these live streams work. We do grindy stuff. And later on in today's stream we're also going to do some redstone stuff. But here's what I got to do that's grindy right now, okay? I got to make up golden things. And I thought this was great. I thought this was all dandy and good in the hood. And I realised, wait a minute. I need such a stupid amount of this stuff. Here I am. You know, doing this over and over again. But hey, it's all good, right? It's all good. We'll hang out. We won't do this for the whole stream. Just going to do it for a little bit at the beginning while people are tuning in. That filled up my inventory perfectly. What a wonderful thing, eh? In you go. What are we doing today? Says it's after me. So here I am telling everyone, but people are still tuning in. I should wait a little bit, maybe. Now, I've already stated today's plans is to do a little bit of grindy stuff here in the beginning while people tune in. Then we're going to be doing some redstone engineering, and then we'll be continuing on with stuff like we did yesterday. I like the way the glistering melon flips down here. I think when it was first added, it wasn't flipped, and then it was like a suggestion that it should be to, you know, avoid confusion. I remember something like that. Listening to some beautiful orang again. This song is just precious to me. And we've got some old school albums on the playlist. Hi X, there is a new record on speedrunning on the PlayStation 4. Yeah, speedrunning's never been that interesting to me on Minecraft. Not the super fast glitchy ones, because I don't understand how they do it. Like, there's all this weird prepping of the world stuff, right, to get certain conditions, and I don't know, you just see all sorts of weird hacky stuff that kind of like alienates me as a player from what on earth they're doing when I see those speedruns. So yeah, speedrunning don't really interest me that much. In some contexts it does. I enjoyed watching Seth Bling back in the day doing speedrunning on Mario, doing all this like weird because he explained what he was doing, right? He was doing all these weird tricks to access the game's memory, like tricking it into putting different values in different places and therefore being able to create teleports and warps. And because he explained it, it made it really fascinating. Because you kind of understood, not only are you trying to play the game fast, you're trying to access glitches and then do things in a certain order to edit the memory and get the computer game to sort of do something erroneously, right? I love speedrunning Mario Kart, says Taubar. Cool, does that involve similar things? Because I thought Mario Kart was like a co-op game, right? Like you play with someone else and have a race. I love the old school Mario memory manipulation stuff. Very interesting, says TWP. It is, it is. I just can't remember how they get started with it, but there's like some initial condition. Something that they do that just allows them to access the memory of the game from playing the game itself. So clever. There are some glitches where you ride off the map and spawn on the other side, etc., says Tauber. Oh, right, okay. It's always fun to... Oh, Parker says the speedrun was 100% legit. It might have been legit, but what I'm getting at is the whole like preconditioning of the world and the kind of glitches they exploit. I don't understand them when they do those speedruns. So, you know, like it just doesn't mean much to me as a player because I don't understand what they're doing. It's not like they're just playing Minecraft. They're using all the exploits and stuff. You are like Technoblade, but growing carrots, not potatoes. I'm not even growing carrots, dude. You know? There's no carrot growing on. The carrots have already been grown. Just messing with you. Hey, we got our first noise in the ear. It's James, your boy, 789011212 with a prime. Thanks so much, dude. Appreciate it. By the way, this is the best way to do it. I figured is just like 3 at a time tends to work. I mean, actually, I could experiment with doing things a little differently. No harm in a bit of experimentation. Let's say we take 6. Oh, here's the other thing. I also now need more gold. So I guess I'm going to do 1 and 2. Then 2 carrots. 1 and 2 again. 2 more carrots. Maybe 3 this time. Oh, we've only got 2 in the inventory. Anyway, it's a grind. Not the worst grind. Actually, won't take too long overall to make all these up. Chelsea says, Xisuma, Java Edition speedrunning doesn't involve any exploits, it's just high IQ levels, lol. Chelsea. Well, the last time I saw speedrunning where they do it in, you know, 13 seconds or whatever, it involved tricks like preconditioning the world. Like, because you can create a world with a seed and then you can delete it. I don't know if this bug still exists. And if you create a name with the same world in the same in a fast amount of time, it uses parts of the old world in the that hasn't properly been deleted inside the game. So you can create a world with part of a different one inside of it already. Things like that. That's, you know, but this was years ago that I learned about it, so I don't know what it's about now. I guess could have changed. There is a random seed glitches category. Okay, lots of people are telling me about how it works now. Tool-assisted speedruns? One with a set seed and one with a random seed. There are also 2 options, one with glitches and the other glitchless. Well, I guess, yeah, that's another thing with speedruns. There are rules. But I don't know. All I know is it doesn't interest me because of how it's presented whenever I've seen it. And it's been a while since I last seen it. Because now, when I see Minecraft speedrun, I go, not my thing, right? That's all I'll say. Someone wants me to direct me to a good speedrun, a modern one that's explained. I'll definitely check that out. You can always tweet me that kind of stuff. I once saw a speedrun in the dragon is 1 block below the ground. Sounds odd. Alright, more carrots. Right, we got Pontanu 0 here for 13 months. Gotta get that dopamine today. Oh, well. When was the last time we derped people? Tell me. Tell me, because we didn't even derp last stream. Actually, to be fair, the beginning of the last stream was essentially a colossal derp. in a way, it was. Jeez, you might not get your derp hit today. I don't know. I don't know, you know, it's morning. You know, I can be a little bit sleepy in the morning. There we go. Minecraft speedrunning has boomed up a lot. One of the top games on speedrun.com. Most of the people running it won't be that good at explaining stuff. Yeah, that's something I noticed is in many different fields of things that people do, that golden spot is where you're good at doing the thing and good at explaining it as well. Like if you want to succeed on YouTube, right? Because there are people that are like, you know, I don't know what it is you think I'm good at, right? But let's say we could quantify what I do that brings you here and then compare it to other people. So I'm good at doing that thing in Minecraft, right? I'm also probably good at explaining it or presenting it, let's say, or making it entertaining. And that's a sweet spot. When you got both of those things, that's usually where success can derive from. Because there are people out there that are like doing unbelievably great stuff in Minecraft, no doubt. Some of these speedruns y'all are telling me about, probably something I could never do. But when you don't have the ability to explain, then the success, and again, like, what is the success? I'm thinking in terms of audience, having an audience. That doesn't come with it. Or generally tends to not. I remember there were a couple of like fun Minecraft channels back in the day. Methods is kind of like it today, where they would just turn up with some really random, insane stuff inside of the computer game. And there would be just like no talking or no explanation, and like what was weird and wacky was the explanation itself enough. And then they would grow and they would get quite big. But it's been a long time since there were any channels like that, really. Look at all my gold going away. I hope I don't need it for something else. Because I'm using it all on the potion brewer. This is my mega project, right? It's got to be mega. I want people who come to the world download to check it out to not know what to do with all of these potions, right? Legitimately brewed survival potions, and I want them to be confused. What am I going to do with all these potions? I'm kind of hoping some of the hermits will think of something to do as well. Oh, this is a song with screaming in it. Oh, no. Not screaming. It's more like twisted howling. I sleep pinkless. I feel like I'm... No, I sleep in class. Long time viewer and finally have the funds to sub. Thank you, appreciate it. Appreciate it. I'm probably... Yeah, there you go. I sleep pinkless has subscribed. Probably missing another one here as well. Lindor BO, thank you so much for subscribing. Ow! My eardrums, I hear screaming. Love this song, it's amazing. Orang is German. The song sounds old and cold. I believe if you go to their Bandcamp page, it says what country they're from. Right, we got Sigma19 with the Prime. Obviously, Misfit is here with the Amazon Prime. And we've also got filynt. Thank you so much for your subscriptions. It is appreciated. I don't like how the glistering melons face the other way from the melons, says Sonic Boom. We were just talking about that earlier, and I was saying it's a good thing that they face the other way. It makes them more distinctive, right? Because they look quite similar. Makes it obvious they're not the same. You could do all this crafting at the gold farm, says Lowens a lot. I could, but all the gold's here, so why would I do that, you know? Okay, let's grab some more. Bam. And peeps tuning in. We're not doing this forever, right? We're just waiting for people to tune in. We're going to finish. I'm pretty sure we're going to finish the brewer today. Made some brewery progress, which I'm very happy about. We got Lopel here with the Prime, and Straight Jacket is here with the Prime as well. Thank you so much. Appreciate the support. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Let's make one. Let's make two. Apparently there's 3,000 people here. My goodness me. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Be sure to hit the follow button over here on Twitch if you've not done it already. You know, I'm sure you're all thrilled by the glistering melon crafting. Look, we're not going to be doing this forever. We're going to get through the last of our gold, and then we're going to hop over to my redstone test world where I have completed the creation of the master brewer. I call it the master brewer. It needs... I think it's like the modifier. We should call it the modifier. Right, I'm going to do these lot over here. If I think about it, if I think about how much stuff I'm going to put in my inventory, I want to do it in a way where I take the least amount of trips sort of back and forth. So the way I'm doing it right now makes the most sort of sense for that, I think. Wait, what did I just do? Did I just craft them the other way around? I don't know what I did. Let's go chuck those in there. So if I take like enough for one row left, or maybe just a little less, like this. And then just do them one at a time. That's probably the best way to do it. Alright, and then we go get a block. And probably going to run out of space. Yep. There we go. Oops. Click on the right thing, of course. Right, we got Fluid McCree here with the Prime, and YZ1993 also with the Prime. Thank you, appreciate it. Also, I got a hot cup of tea here. Where are those tea reminders in chat? I feel like I ain't getting enough tea reminders these days, you know? And that is criminal. Oh, think of all the cups of tea that have gone cold on these live streams. Not on. It's not on, peeps. Talbot with a tea emote. Sorry. Oh, you will be. Oh, appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, this thing's probably ready for the drinking, you know? Look at that. So now, you know, we spend more time crafting, less time turning around, looking into boxes. But anyway, we're going to do 4 slices and then call it that. So, might as well take that out as well. Let's get that in there. Yep, there we are. That's it, we're done for today. We are done with that one. Oh, no, I've got one more to go. How did I not notice that? And let's get all of these things back in the hotbar. Very good, very good. Very good in the hood, homie. Right, and I believe these ones here, yep, all still to be done. So I need the same, if not more, gold to finish the rest of that. And these are all the other golden bits that I've got. Nice. Nice and organised, aren't I? Right, let's drink some tea. Let's read the noise in the ear. Audio Starfish 87 is here, gifting a sub to A9 Tur. Thank you so much, dude. Appreciate it. Mmm. Mmm. Anybody willing to live 200,000 years so you can see X's face? What is this? 200,000 years? Mmm. It's Belkin. Glad you like the skin. It's awesome, right? Why do I have a pillager banner? I have a pillager banner because I went to the end dimension, killed the end dragon, and that's how you get a pillager banner. By killing the ender dragon, right? I think that's how you get it. I think that's how you get it. What is the album, says Vest Best? Well, in the bottom right is the song name, but not the album name. The album name is Casting the Ancient Spell Again. That ancient spell, it's being casted again. Oh! Oh, recast type. Recast type. Let's get some recast type in the chat. Let's get that some love for that ancient spell. I do like ancient spells. Don't know about all of you. Jeez. Right. After designing this and getting it to work, I've had some other ideas about the interface. Like you place the block and then you get it back. I was wondering, maybe you want to put a bunch of them at once in a chest and then have it do all that automatically and put it back into a chest. That will probably remove the need for this, but create a little bit more complicated redstone. I think once we've got it finished, I might try and make an alternate version that can do that as well. And maybe it even does both. I don't know. Anyway, let's go back. So, we had issues with the hoppers over here, right? This is an unavoidable Minecraft issue where the transfer speed is slightly different from what you want. Ilmango explained it to me, but you know what I'm like with learning. It's just like, ugh, words, concepts, it's too difficult. So, I went and looked at his world download for the furnace array and just adapted this. And after a couple of tests with the right timing over here, I ended up getting it to work, which was just fantastic, right? Like, it actually worked, okay? The potions go in, the potions come out, that kind of thing. Now, since then, we've got on a step further. A lot of the wiring has changed. I was trying to put a lot of the mechanics on this side. It made more sense to put them over here. So we place the shulker box. That is detected. Actually, it's not anymore. The items coming through here gets detected. When that happens, this will create a signal, which is going to put in some ingredients. And it's also going to create a signal when it comes down that unlocks a hopper to let the shulker box go in to that hopper, and that's after the piston and the trapdoor have been powered so that the shulker box falls into there. So let's just summarize. We put in the box, potions go across 3 times over, then the shulker box gets destroyed or broken, goes into this area down here, okay? Now we've got another circuit down here that dispenses it and puts it into place. That is just this little bit of redstone. It will then fill up from this point here. It goes through those hoppers. And when it's full up, this thing will detect that. And it'll actually break it and send it through an item elevator and plop it down there. Okay? Let's go and see that in action. I do need to do one thing that isn't automated. I need to control the redstone here. But we'll see it in action first. Full box of potions goes in. Okay, the magic starts to happen. We'll see some redstone blinking. That's evenly distributing every single potion. Okay, when we see this bit activate, things are going to happen around the front, right? There it goes. Shulker box is now down the bottom, ready to receive potions. Let's go and see if all of our potions are evenly distributed. Oh, look at that, they are. Okay, not a single one will be left in these hoppers. All of them will have 3. And the ingredient could have been dispensed already, but I haven't set that up. So, now the redstone needs to unlock. And after this is empty here, it will lock again. It's probably going to involve a T flip-flop, actually, because we've got this here that's probably going to link up to that T flip-flop, right? Like, when it comes back to there, I kind of need to use that. Anyway, what I've kind of skipped over now is that it's destroyed this shulker box. And it's sent it all the way back to the top where the player put the original one and put it on the ground for them to pick up. How cool is that? How cool is that? Gay Dads is here for 36 months. Thank you so much, dude. Appreciate it. XM says, very cool. Unfrosted ice is cool. Do you ever have a problem with machines not working due to latency on services, Blockus? Yes, that can happen. A device like this should be fairly reliable. It's ones that involve entities that become a bit problematic, like minecarts, for example. Basic Life is here with a Prime. Thank you so much, dude. Appreciate it. Thank you for your support. You can spam Oxalotl skin in capital letters in chat over and over again, and I don't know, you know, what you expect to happen, but you're doing that. Okay. So I'm looking here. If that is going to go down here, that is our signal. This is where we're going to create our flip-flop for that. Okay, so we got the potion ingredient going in up here. Now this sometimes will need to be 2 ingredients. this signal can easily come around this side, right? So maybe with a delay. So maybe we have a bunch of downwards facing hoppers here for that second ingredient. So I don't think we have to worry too much about adapting this for a second ingredient. So we don't need to pay attention to that right now. So the moment that the last potion is reached over here is when we want to send... Well, actually, no, that's already... The ingredient going in has already been taken care of. So we need to detect the third signal that comes from this block, essentially. Now, we tried to do a little bit of this yesterday. So when we get the third signal, we may need a little bit of delay for brewing. Gonna make like some reminders to self, right? A delay for brewing, and then we're gonna have a flip-flop down here. This is weird because this feels like it's kind of straightforward now. Like all the complicated stuff is done. Right, so if I have a repeater there, I'm going to raise it up a block just so it's sort of closer. Now that's actually probably going to bud power, so we'll put it here actually. And then another piston there. And then pretty straightforward-ish. We do actually want it to be like one block higher. Because that's where we get the power from. I also got that connecting to there, which doesn't cause an issue. I can actually raise this all up by one block. But we're getting the signal from down here. Let me double check then. So will this bud power it? Now what I don't want to do is activate the machine. So we're going to recreate the condition. Let's get a comparator. Oh. What did I just say I didn't want to do? I didn't want to activate the machine? What a wally. Now, what it would have done is purely this bottom bit, so it wouldn't have broken anything at all. Fine. Okay, currently, it's not... Oh, of course, it's diagonal. So if the power source was here, it would be bud powered. Excellent. We can do that. This can be at that height there. Yeah. That makes wiring this bit up a lot easier. That technically doesn't need to be locked right now, so that's cool. There we go. So we just got to get a signal to that now from over here with a delay after it's been activated 3 times, and then the whole thing will work. Right? Right? What could possibly go wrong? We got Randy Nicole here gifting a sub to Aka Plays. Thank you so much for gifting the sub, dude. Appreciate the support for the community. Hope you're enjoying the stream, dude. So, I've got an idea, right? We tried something a little different to this the other day. This is probably going in the wrong way as well. So we got a torch there. I think that's going to make a very short pulse. And if an item is ever in here, it goes into there. So 1, 2, 3. I mean, it could literally be as simple as that. Right. Now what's cool with testing this now is that the whole system is like functional. So I don't have to worry about anything. I can come around to the back here and see what happens. Right, that's got to be too much. Yeah, now it's there. Okay, so we need a shorter pulse than that. A shorter pulse can be made with an observer, but it won't be inverted, and the observer doesn't work very well with a torch. What other methods can we use here, chat? What do you think? What other methods? Torch burnout? That doesn't count. Put the observer in before inverting it. Yeah, but that doesn't work because the observer can't work with the torch, right? I could use the comparator with the brewer. You are brilliant. You are absolutely brilliant. I did think about that a little bit, and then I sort of lost track of that idea. I don't know if I was using it for counting though, but originally I was thinking this would be useful for something. Probably for detecting when it's finished brewing. But I think by the time the third potion goes in, it will be close. So, as it currently stands, that is good enough. Who was that, by the way? Thank you. I mean, I didn't read out your name, but I appreciate you chipping in. Let's grab a hopper then. I say this thing will do itself. One thing I do have to do is... Oh, we can test this little circuit here. See if the timing's good, right? Yeah, the timing is good. Full box. Excellent, excellent. Right. I like that that's set up, so we know that that works. Very good. I'm very satisfied. Okay. What we need, some of these. Oh, and I kind of actually need you like that. Right, yeah. Right, equal strength will work. Problem is, this might have one more item in it. Actually, it's going to have a... it's going to have blaze in there as well, right? Should probably get that thing figured out by now. In fact, it will have one more than that. Got to be accurate here, got to be precise. It's always going to have that many. Plus that. So hopefully, that is the condition to be met. Best way to do this is probably then with a torch. Although that being said, I think I want to send out a pulse. But do we want to send out 2 pulses? Because... yeah, I've been using this a lot. And I really like it. And I'm struggling to remember the rules, but it's kind of getting to me slowly, right? Like it's getting there. Right, so when it first gets powered, okay, so then on the downwards it creates a pulse. On the downwards it creates a pulse. So trying to memorize that. I think it's pretty much the same if it's upside down or not. So we will get a pulse when that has been reached. Oh, I hope this works. I think it makes sense. When the third potion goes in, we are getting this. So we'll add lots and lots of delay, and then we'll remove the delay after. Because we'd rather this thing work and not break to begin with. Uh-huh. Maybe add like 2 extra repeaters. Yeah, that's looking alright, isn't it? That is looking alright. Okay, I think what we'll do now is we'll get the blaze stuff in. The blaze is actually set up to go in the wrong way around. And we'll set it up to be blaze efficient as well. I believe that can go there without being an issue, not powered by anything or adjacent to any redstone that will interact with it. So we'll do all of this. Got to set up some filters. Got to do it like we did in survival, actually, which is iron. Will X rebuild this in survival block by block, says Breathin Keeps. Yeah, I gotta make 4 of them. One will be modified from what we're creating right now. I guess I need tons of blaze as well. Let's get I thought I set one of these up. Okay, here's a really cool little trick. I need to use my browser for a second to create a command. The observer will pulse from the comparator it's facing into, says Demon Hunter. Yeah, we'll go double check that. We want blaze powder. And we've got to modify the age to 5994, I think, is the one I use. There we go. That should be on the clipboard. Right. Yeah, okay, so let's actually put in our storage for this stuff already. It will be probably just here. I don't see any reason to make it. Probably don't really need to be much bigger than that. So we'll leave it like that for now. We'll put hopper here, which makes the whole contraption slightly bigger. Okay, command blocks are going to go here. I'm going to paste that. We're going to make it lower by 1 block. Okay. Blaze powder and the age is very important. So always active. Repeat. Actually, we'll put needs redstone on it and then put a lever on top. And we won't activate it yet. I'm not actually ready to activate it. Very glad I just realised that. We need more iron bars and an anvil. Anvil. Okay, so we're going to need like that and that. Okay, so we'll do the iron bars across the bottom first. Okay, we got noises in the ear. We got Shawnee YYX here for 21 months. And Pengus Soldier has gifted a sub to Judge Xeros. Thank you for gifting the sub and supporting the community, dude. Appreciate it. We have Tommy G 4747 here with the Prime. And jrgep is here for 3 months. Thank you so much. Appreciating all the support, peeps. Now, even after setting up that, I still need lots of blaze powder myself, funny enough. Now that I think about it. Oh, this one here. Now, because the dropper doesn't get activated, I believe... Oh yeah, I need way more blaze powder, basically. I need way more than I've given myself. Well, you know, some things are a little bit tedious, right? They take time. There are potions in the end there because we put those potions there, just reminding myself. Okay, I'm actually going to... If I take them out, this is actually wired up. Let's disconnect. Gonna take them out. We've got to remember to check that observer. I'm going to take that out as well, actually. So that one's filled up. Got to be careful for that, haven't I? Okay, so going back to this one. Putting iron bars 2 in. That looks good. Now we need iron bars 1. Iron bars 2. Ooh, skipped one here. Okay, what was here? Iron bars 2, now we need iron bars 1. Now we need some more blaze powder again. We got noises in the ear. We got Nomibubs here with the Prime, and Wishel Lockie is here for 5 months. Hey X, I was wondering if you're okay sharing. What did you do as a job before doing YouTube? Always loved watching your videos and streams. Keep up the great content. Thank you, my dude. I used to work for an agency before I started doing YouTube, and the work we did was top secret, and I can't talk about it. you know, or I'll disappear. Oh, good stuff. Someone said middle click and drag. What does... Hang on, like when you're... Oh, yeah, yeah. Wow, I did not think of doing that inside of the inventory. Iron bars 1. Iron bars 2. So I guess if I need more, just do that. Why have I not ever... Why has that not ever, like, registered with me before? That's such a good little trick. Iron bars 2. Iron bars 1. So, iron bars 2. Iron bars 1. Got to do the one below. Oof. Did that wrong. And I need some more. And I've got some more. That's so simple. Iron bars 1. Iron bars 2. That is kind of unnecessary. So yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that. So now we hit this. And down it goes to there. Oh, what? How did that get out of my inventory? Okay. Blaze powder is hooked up. It is hooked up. We still got to do more of that. By the way, I don't think I need this anymore. In fact, it's probably going to get in the way. That was my little resetting trick for when it broke, so I could reset it quickly. That was a big time saver, actually, doing that. Okay, if I change the amount to 6 here, you see it goes a little less further down, but it still picks it up. So those are instantly despawning. Okay, essentially, they spawn after a very small amount of time. Let's check this. So, it being activated by that isn't an issue, fortunately. It should fit in there. Right. So, we now need to get ingredients in here. And I cannot do the same thing, essentially. These have to be full to the brim with the ingredient that we're after. And that ingredient is... Let's grab a chest. Let's go with redstone, just simple... Actually, no, let's go with gunpowder. I like the idea of them coming out with... Oh, wait a minute, I've got to make... How am I doing this? Am I going to make ones that do, like, redstone, then gunpowder? Nah, it's too complicated. I'm going to do redstone, glowstone, gunpowder, and dragon's breath as our modifiers. Okay, and I've learnt that now. But I also know this trick. Okay. Ah! That was wrong. There we go. Full inventory of gunpowder, like that. And then, before long, we're going to need more. Actually, it's not a full inventory, is it? It's enough for 3 of these, though. Wait, someone said middle click and drag. I never did the drag bit, though. Like... Oh, my goodness me! Oh! Oh, that person in chat is a genius! How did I not know of that? That's so good. That's such a time saver. Cool. That's great. Alright. Alright. We learned something. That's so awesome. There's so many of those little... Like, I've been playing the game since none of those things existed, and Dinnerbone was the one introducing them, and some of them are, like, secretive, and there's no actually, like, guide or manual to them anywhere. And every time, like, I learn one, or I remember one, or someone asks me, I always think, oh, I should make a tutorial about that. Probably should one day, but you want to get everything in it. It's a good day when you learn something new, says Leximan. Yeah, totally. Should learn something new every day. My new thing is now watching tutorials on FL Studio and just trying to cram information into my head for making music. And I like it, right. Doing the same thing we did before here. So we need iron bars 1. It would probably be a good idea to have used different items, but whatever, that'll do us. We also need some of that gunpowder. So I can middle click that there. That's great, that is. I wonder if there'd be any benefit to making those full stacks. I guess if you somehow accidentally... Hey! If you somehow accidentally got more in the system, I mean, it wouldn't break anything, but it almost feels like there isn't really a need for them to be full stacks, but part of me thinks if something breaks somewhere else and they're already full stacks, then there's less chance of that break sort of flowing through if a bunch of items flow through that shouldn't, perhaps? It's quicker to MBT the hoppers, says Valodua. Oh, is chat coming up with more brainy ideas? I think I know what you're on about. So, this one here is going to be slightly different. Okay, this is going to be iron bars 1. Oh man, I'm learning all the things today. It's great. This will be iron bars 2. And then iron bars 1. So what I think chat is suggesting is that we go that one, then this one. And then go... Oh, I love it! It's amazing! It's amazing! It's time saving. Okay, I didn't MBT copy it. That's fine, that's actually what I want. So we make that gunpowder. Hey, there we go. Wait a minute, what went wrong? How did... Oh, I missed one at the end. Oh, that's fine. That's fine, okay. A mistake was made, not a big deal. So these will have nothing in. Yeah. Right, okay, we're kind of there. Like, this is it. That's slowly filling up. Is it actually picking anything up there? It's kind of not. That's weird, because it's got the same despawn time, right? Still not picking. Wait, is there something else? Where's it going? What? Ah, the lever. Well spotted, yeah. Thanks, chat. Thanks for making me not look like a complete buffoon. Appreciate you. Okay, there we go. There we go. Right, we are at testing stage. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. This has been just one of the most insane, fun things to do. I love redstone. I am so wanting to get invested and get better at doing this. We've learnt loads of tricks with creative inventory management, with structure blocks. Now what we need to do is actually brew up a batch of legitimate potions, funny enough. So, let's see if we can try that new trick we just learnt. So, we're going to turn instant health 2 potions into splash damage ones. Dang, that's a good trick. Let's replace this old thing. Now I seem to remember somewhere Let's save it again, actually. Somewhere I disabled something, right? Like I went... I think it was this. Alright, we're just going to go for it. We're going to have to watch the redstone and see what happens. Here we go, peeps. Moment of truth. Woohoo! This is exciting! This is exciting. Hey, look! Our ingredient went in. There should be none here and there. Excellent. It gave it exactly 1. You could argue that we could let it fill up, but we actually don't want to because we're going to have one that does 2. Okay, and what are we waiting for here? Wait, this is... Is that in subtract mode? So that nether... It never actually went over the edge. I'm sure when we put in an ingredient, we got a signal here, right? It didn't get a signal. That's fine. We know what went wrong, but I thought we tested that. Maybe I jumped the gun a little bit. So... let's try something different. Now what we can do is just simulate the next part of this by doing that, and then I think I'm going to take one thing out of there and see what happens this time. So it's actually done the job, it just, the last bit didn't activate. Everything else should still be working. Here we go, and then... Wait! How is it that type of potion? What? What's going on? Is there... Wait, what? Oh! I tested this thing quite extensively. I don't know how... Maybe I ran it with a thing here at one point? Interesting. We'll keep an eye on that, because if that is actually an issue, it needs to be fixed. But I think I might have just left one in there. Look at that. Look at that. Okay, we're one step away from getting this done. We can just go like this and run it again because it's an amazing contraption. Oh, I love this. This is so good. This is so good. Okay, come on now. We just want a redstone signal. When that third one arrives... Yes! And when it drops... Wait, but will it drop? When the gunpowder goes, it might not drop. We possibly can't get an edge case here. Well, we do for the third... So I guess we could go with the event of the third one arriving, but as you saw, there was quite a bit of time. I'm just wondering. Well, knowing how redstone works... Yeah, that now, okay. Right, so we have to do something a little different there. We need a long delay. Long delay. How do we get a good old long delay? Oh, it's a good thing I broke the redstone because that was going to activate twice, which wouldn't have broken that, so that was okay. Alright, here we go. Here we go. What's it going to do this time? Max Pox says, I can't do redstone. Well, if you tell yourself you can't, then it'll probably become true. If you tell yourself you can try redstone, well, anyone can try redstone, and you'll be able to learn at least a couple of things. Everything I'm doing is all things that I've learned. Learned them one by one. Didn't learn how to do this in one day. I had to start off learning how to invert a redstone torch, you know. Redstone clocks is Mockingbird. Yeah, okay, so the thing with making a delay circuit is if you don't have enough time to just do repeaters, or space, like for example, in my experience, I don't know many good ones where you can get a nice time that's sort of compact. You end up building some sort of like clunky EFO hopper clock type thing, right? Not putting that down at all, of course. It's just the thing has to cool down again after is the usual problem when you use hoppers. It's not that you're making a timer. You're making a timer both directions. That might cause a problem. Probably not here, but it might cause a problem. So this amazing brewer can just get used over and over again. We're putting another one. Okay. So what we're looking for is... Third potion arrives. What's that repeater going to do? It's going to be too quick. Oh no, wait. I didn't set it up correctly. It's blatantly too quick. There's no way that would have been a long enough delay. Okay, and then it would unlock after the signal comes out, and then that would retract. Also, this will not be activated by that comparator. That was a worry of ours. That, however, would lock a hopper, but only temporarily, so not a big issue. So now we are taking the signal at this point and getting it over there. And with this space, we need to create a big old delay. I really don't want to just do repeaters. Comparator clock. Weren't those like broken in this update? Although there is multiple types. But I think the one I'm thinking of is broken. I remember doing a tutorial on it. So one Christmas, I think it was like 2015, me and Mumbo did an advent calendar together where every day we both uploaded a redstone tutorial and linked to one another. And this was one of the ones I made for that. And I'm pretty sure this is now broken, so we'll check out and see what happens, right? Like, is that permanently? There might be something slightly wrong with this. Like, is it supposed to be there? Or maybe that's why it's broken, because clearly it's not working. I can't ever feel something might be slightly wrong with the circuit. Let's just do this to exaggerate it. Oh no, it's powered again there. That's no good. Well, that'll do, right? Yeah, so you can see the effect, you can see the idea, but where they changed redstone, it doesn't work because I think... See, this is the way I thought it always used to be though, right? But somewhere here, you're supposed to have a bit that decays. So by having two, the idea is that the signal strength drops. But in theory, that powers the redstone there and there equally. So I'm not sure if I built the circuit right or not. Oh, it's here, isn't it? No, wait, okay. Maybe it's that that reads this instead of that. It now works differently or something. Observers detect every time something changes in a brewing stand, says Naz. Okay, so that might sound useful, but the initial idea was to create a counter, and we couldn't get a counter to really work. I mean, it's just a bit of knowledge, right? I don't know how to make a counter. But we could count the events, yeah, but it might be more complicated because it'll be potion goes in, potion goes in, potion goes in, ingredient, brewing. Also, this thing will run out every now and then, so probably not best to do it that way around. The last comparator directly powers both redstone pieces, says Lucaro. Well, that one does. I think it's here where the change might be affected because this is drawing from there instead of here. But it almost looks like... It almost looks to me like this wouldn't have worked anyway, but I know that they changed something that stopped it from working. Anyway, it appears not to be an option. So, a similar way of doing it. Possibly the identical way, I'm not entirely sure. So, you have something like this. And you have two there. Very important you have two at one end because the redstone circuit drops down a level and that's how the decay happens. So now you notice it's slowly dropping down. We're using the signal passing through. That looks like it's a good enough delay. That's probably the solution we're looking for. Okay, so we're going to get a signal to activate our circuit. So now we're looking at dealing with the flow, like on and off, and just want to think a little bit about how to do this. We're going to turn it on, but we want an off event at the other end. So we're just going to go back to the old piston and observer again. It's like my crutch now. So if we put that there, that'll detect every change in the redstone. Kind of not what I want. No, sorry. No, this will be okay. Right, let's see. So signal comes from over there. Let's get a button. Right, this is like a pulse. Okay, that's going to go up. And we're going to get our output at this level here. Alright, So that'll be the way we do that. Possibly, I might not need the repeater, but I can't help but feel I will. So if that's there, this is all shimmied over by one block. So in its current state, it fits very snugly into the area. Let's have a mess about with if we need more space. What would it work like that? Okay, it didn't activate the piston on the way up. Should activate the piston on the way down? Or it might need a block. No, okay, so that will work. So if we need more space, we got it. Now we just got to set this thing up. So it's going to make the whole contraption a little bit wider, possibly. Oh, I guess we're doing it like that. Dude! What are you doing here? Needs an update. Wonder if the observer would naturally update it if it detects a change, right? So like... No. Maybe we go for something downwards? By the way, this is already one block too close, right? If I do that... That actually... No, that will work. No, it won't, because that will connect. But if I do it that way round, it will work, so... Here we go. Why comparators are not repeaters, says Waterus. Good question. Repeaters are just passing the signal through, right? Signal just goes through it. The comparator is dealing with signal strength. We're taking advantage of decaying signal strength. So, signal makes its way around, but when it gets to this bit, it slowly lowers. So each time it makes a lap, it lowers. And that's creating a natural delay. A repeater can't do that. So we get a large delay out of a group of comparators, as opposed to repeaters. Okay, so what we were doing a moment ago is having that there. And now we have the issue of this being one block higher than that. I think it's just a case of putting some redstone on it. Like that. And I don't think it powers it on the way up. Let's find out. Yep, just double checking, right? Powers it on the way down. And that, my friends, is probably going to work. I'm pretty confident that's kind of it. And I love how snugly it fits in. It makes use of that space, which is cool. Right, here we go again. Here we go again. Make sure we put the right box in. Potions are a-brewing. Oh, I couldn't quite see it because I was facing it straight on. That had me alarmed for a second there. Well, here we go. Oh, that's not good. That is not good. We've just broken the whole thing. I shouldn't have had that on the first time round. So the signal it creates here is not long enough. Didn't think of that. It's only 4 ticks. Okay, let's see how broken this thing is, because I'm going to have to repair it a bit by the looks of it. Right, so I think they all came out before they finished brewing. Interesting that everything came out. We've now got an ingredient left over in each one that needs to be removed. Otherwise, we potentially start to back up some ingredients. I have another idea, actually. Why did I not... No. Okay. Why has that one not got one in, though? That's got me worried that one happens... Or did I take it out and just... What's going on here? Like... Why did that one? That... The event that moves all the things across happens before any of that gets powered, so that can't be an issue. Oh, I did take it out, thanks. Okay. I took it out, that's good to know. TT Blue 42, thank you for the 2 months of support. Love the Mega Brewer project. Glad you're enjoying it, dude. It is mega. Cal Mel B is here for 32 months. Hey X, looking forward to a great stream. Thank you, dude. It's been awesome so far. I love engineering some redstone. Okay, so let me explain the issue, or issues. Right, pulse is not long enough. Okay, way we can fix that. And I always like to try and find more compact solutions, but like, I can effectively do something where we take the signal and go around like that and possibly make it long enough. Let's look for something a little more elegant. If we go back to where we're detecting the items come in, at a certain point we get... Let's think about this. We're detecting the uptick. This is unnecessary. That is the output. This is like just a annoying complication. Now, what we can do... No, sorry. Okay. It creates an on event, but we need a pulse because it doesn't turn off until this activates. Right? That's going to turn on and not turn off until we do this over here. So we have to create a single pulse that lasts long enough for this. How do we do that? Maybe we try some sort of back powering trick where when this turns off, it blocks something behind it. That could very easily create a loop though, right? So let's say this block here is controlled by a piston. It's going to turn that on, which then breaks that, and then this stays on, and when it turns off, that'll return, which then might not be an issue at that. Except when this turns off, the unlocking is going to happen a little bit later, so you would need a delay, so that's probably not a great idea. Unless the delay is baked into when it first rises, it's tricky. Oh, Dragon says, why not loop it? Because then you create a clock. You don't want a clock because then it's just going to break, right? How about you power a dropper hopper T flip-flop until you get the potions out. Automatically lock. It's not quite the right event. We need a pulse. Like, if I had a repeater that could give me a 100 tick pulse, we'd be done. Would a T flip-flop work here? Possibly. But again, it's all about signal management. So if we create a T flip-flop, we create a permanent switch. So therefore we need a pulse again, right? It's we need a pulse to activate this so it can decay. It's the type of thing we're using. If we use a T flip-flop, you're looking at a whole different bunch of dynamics here. So the issue we have is that this will turn on but not off until we activate the bit later on, right? Piston with sand. Enderdan, that would create a pulse but not a long enough one. A comparator clock with 2 comparators. So essentially creating a small one to feed the big one. That's interesting. That is an interesting idea. What did we have? We had a... It was higher up, but we had like the sticky piston observer there. I need to keep these things on my hotbar. So we had that. So it will create the signal we need there. It could work. It could work. Although, no, that would be a very short pulse. Too short probably for that. We need the repeater. Which means, yeah, no, can't quite squeeze that in, I think. Take a dropper facing into a hopper. A comparator would send a signal to the repeater. Is he just trying to convert a signal into a pulse, says HSW. Yeah, an on signal. There's got to be another idea here that we're not seeing. Won't your comparator detect the bottles and fuel so it will always be on? Yes, Guybrush, the comparator will always be on, which is why we use this to go up. Linger Room says, how do people understand this? You just got to break it down. You just got to, like, you don't by not trying. And all I'm doing is trying, right? I'm understanding the situation. The situation is this. This is going to fill up with ingredients, and the only thing we can do with comparators is turn this on. We unfortunately can't turn it off when the ingredient is used. The subtraction just isn't that precise. So we can create an event at the point that the third potion comes into here, at which point it's about halfway along, so we need time to finish the brewing. So when that event happens, we need to create something equal to that time, which is this decay circuit. The problem is, we have to power the decay circuit with a long pulse. We do not have a long pulse from this, which is the only way we're getting the right signal that we need. Place a dropper where the observer is that faces into a hopper which faces back into the dropper. You can take a signal out of the hopper by placing a comparator. Right, but that will create a very short pulse. We need a long pulse. That being said, we can do something that won't work, I think, but we'll talk our way through it to see if it makes sense, right? So if we power this, it will stay powered, meaning, yeah, no, that just creates the same signal we've already got, right? That is just permanent on, this is permanent on, so no, that's not the way to do it. We can't make a signal that is sensitive to when the gunpowder is consumed. That's not possible. Make a signal into a block to have a piston underneath it. Sea Viper says, I understand redstone by top-down design, making a big problem into many smaller problems. That's entirely how we built all of this contraption. We just, rather than look at the whole thing at once, we broke it down into sections. We're on the very last section now, which is why I'm so motivated to get this done. This is it. This is the last bit of circuitry. And I could, you know, you see, here's the thing. I could do it like this. I could just get a whole bunch of repeaters, you know, and do it really kind of hodgepodge, but I'd like to find that elegant solution. Maybe there is something here that's a little more elegant. Let's think about it. We're creating the pulse. Do we need a pulse again? I really believe we need a pulse. If we create something that's permanently on, we'll have to turn it off with the circuit it's powering, and that creates a feedback loop. Replace decay circuit with different clock. That's a possibility, but I'm not really good at making clocks, and if you use ones that use two hoppers like this, the issue with it is that it works both ways. You don't just get a delay, you get a cooldown timer with it. You have to wait before you can use it again, which may or may not be a problem in this circuit. I'd rather just avoid that. Just connect the comparator using a torch. Oh, you might be onto something. So if we have a torch here, this will be permanently on, and then it will invert the signal. This is clever. Okay, right. This is what I love about redstone. Sometimes the solution is so simple it's ridiculous. That will not activate until this I think you got it, buddy. And it was just a redstone torch. Love it. Absolutely love it. Let's give it a try. Let's check the system. We are ready for something, right? We fixed all the brewers. Yeah. We're good. We're good to go. Okay. It was just a redstone torch this whole time. So let's explain what's going to happen. When the third potion arrives, this is going to turn off. Now, we were trying to make a pulse to turn the circuit on. It can be on to begin with. I love this. There we go. Now it's off, but it's not going to be good enough, I think. Let's check it out. So, and I want to go there. No, it needs to be a little bit longer, and then we got it. Damn, that's great. Alright, and then the magic's going to happen. The shulker box is going to put it back up there. Let's go and extend this a little bit. So, I hope this works. Okay, we can mess around with that now that this is finished. Take that, please. Thank you. Let's break that first. Right. So, currently nothing. Because it powers itself. Ooh. Should be just that. Nice. That's it. That's got to be it working. Damn. Okay, we got to test it, of course. But that, I just love how like it's almost staring you in the face, right? So this is a great learning lesson with redstone. Is that you kind of have like built-in assumptions, and the built-in assumption there was that we needed to turn on our circuit. The solution is that it can be on to begin with. That's so great. That's so great. Love it. Okay, so we get to do another one of these, right? This time we've got a little more delay. I'm confident enough that I'm going to leave that on. But we are going to have to watch this thing closely. So let's watch the observer to the left over here. I pointed at the screen, which you can't see, you know. But I got the mouse as well. Right, so now our signal is decaying very slowly. Almost too slowly, one might say. Okay, and now it's... Oh, the timing is perfect! The timing is perfection! Damn! It couldn't get more tight than that. That's great! Sweet. And now it's over here. Come on now! Come on now! Let's get some cheers in chat. We have been working on this for like 10 hours probably in total. 10 hours of work to make this thing. You know, I'm rusty with my redstone. If I keep up with the contraptions, they won't take me as long next time, but there you go. We still got to make possibly 2 modifications to this. Let's go, right, that's it. That's pretty much it right now. So I'm going to call this one... Hello, it's because I'm in save mode. What? What? Oh, you can't use capital letters. Huh. I wanted to have a distinction. Saved. Let's check everything is inside the boundaries. Yes. Except that up there, but that doesn't matter really. Well, I'll include it. I'll go ahead and include it. Uh-huh. How are we doing on stocked up ingredients? We're very good. Of course we are. Okay, so that's it. Now we've got to engineer another one that is... How many blocks off the ground? 1, 2, 3. Another one that does 2 ingredients. And then we're going to mess about with maybe changing the interface a little bit. Okay, so let's load. Ooh, I don't like the way it like did a bunch of stuff as... Oh, yeah, it breaks. It breaks when you load it. So any redstones on hoppers gets broken, which means 2 there, and it's always split over this end. 1 and 1. Okay, that's good. Everything else looks dandy. Ingredients. Ingredients are there. Uh-huh. Okay, so if we're going to have 2 ingredients, we need another or different setup, possibly. Let's think about this. We have... You know what? I could almost get away. No, I know what to do here. I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, but with a delay, the second ingredient will get sucked up by those hoppers. Sorry, yeah, by the hoppers. If I use this space, those will power the droppers to put the ingredients in. So we have to go 1 block higher. And you can see how big and bulky this thing gets. Then we have the ingredients going in here. You know, there might be a way to do this a little better, but we'll give ourselves a second to think about that in a moment. Dropper at the end. Right. And then we need a line of redstone that's here. And it comes from that with some delay. Cool. So that's how we get the second ingredient in. It looks a bit big and bulky, right? If we were to change the position of this over here, I don't really see it being too much different, actually. I think that's pretty much it. Straightforward, right? Alright, I'm going to have some water. Water break. Chat. Tell me what you think. What's going on here? How do you place a hopper on top of a dropper without shift? Oh, I was pressing shift. Why have you enabled chunk borders? I haven't enabled chunk borders. Can't you move the hopper line up 1 block and put droppers on the left and right? Yes, I can. All that would achieve is symmetry, which is why it was what I was thinking a second ago. Like, we can raise this up a little bit, but all it achieves is symmetry. We would get the same result doing it this way, so I don't see the need to rip all of that out, basically. Okay, so let's go add our delay, which has to be rather short. We'll probably just put 2. I mean, to be on the safe side, we'll make it 4. $12. That will get powered. Next bit might be a little bit awkward. Let's have a look. No, it's not. The thing that I should have done, and will actually do, is place these... Same for the hoppers, really, so we'll get rid of those. We'll replace them with MBT placing. Let's go get our ingredient of choice. Let's get our iron bar. And let's do this. That's not the chunk border, that's the space occupied by the structure stored in the structure block or something, says Salty Hallerman. Oh yeah, these lines are structure block lines. They look very different from chunk borders, as you can see. Hey, what are we brewing, says Arnie. Anything we like. We're doing lingering potions now, which is going to be interesting. Ooh. Ooh, we will have to change this. This is not straightforward. This is another challenge. I like a challenge. We're going to have to change up our redstone ideas a little bit, I think. We'll see what happens. Anyway. You know, and I would like some for myself, thanks. Okay, so now we're putting all of these here, right? They're all full. Good. Next one's got iron bars in. And dragon's breath. And they're all full. That is some genius level stuff right there. I'm not taking credit. I'm not taking credit. It weren't my idea. Time for Dragon Farm Breath next. Hey, I mean, I've got a bit of a path towards that, right? I've got most of the stuff sussed out. We're pretty much... The thing that's throttling me at the moment is probably brown mushrooms, but I've been working on a farm. You'll see it in my next episode. So if you love the redstone and want to get involved, the next episode will have a interesting challenge in, I guess. Now this dropper can have filters in it. Okay, I'm still getting used to this. So then we start here. So we put 1 in there, so we've got 2 and 1. There's 2. There's 1. Very good. All filtered up. All ready for one of these setups again. I love how bonkers like this redstone is. I love an excuse to make some bonkers redstone, me. We need the command and the name of the item, actually. I just want to double check. Dragon_breath. You know, not dragon's breath, plural or anything like that. So, dragon breath. Here we go. We will now activate it. Bam! And it's getting filled up. Beautiful. Let's make this thing a little bigger and change the name of it. So now we want to go into save mode, make the height, I think 2 more we needed. And now we're going to call it modifier dragon. Save. Okay, so what is going to happen is the second ingredient is going to be waiting here. That is actually going to be useful to us. So let's disconnect that because we don't want to make any events down there. Okay. This means, I think, that we're going to do away with this and that we're going to detect that arriving. Just let's think it over again, right? Like, this really isn't going to work because that activates once the third potion is in. So the timer would genuinely have to be about 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 times bigger. That's a bit much. Let's see if there's another way of doing this. So now there is going to be an item waiting in here. That means when that item is done, we can create an event. So that event will be decided when that turns off. I think you know what I'm going to do. We're going to try a sticky piston. Again, signal flow. It might be that we can turn something on and then turn it off again later. So it could be on by default. I'm really not sure. I guess if we were to stick with that principle, then we would be brewing the entirety of an ingredient. I think we're actually going to have to shift to using a hopper now. So let's go check out the original brewer. I think we're going to have to shift to using this setup. So see how this is locking the hopper? This is essentially the same thing we're doing. So we're making that, power that block, torch there, keep the ingredients in one side. We literally need that circuit. And it has to... Now here's the thing. This... Let's say the brewing ends earlier and some items are over on this side. This might have been the better way to do the one before, but let's not worry about that. If some items are in this hopper when it finishes... No, that's not a problem. Okay, so all the items are there in order for this to then undrain. So we will put the right amount in for the timing. Thing is, they then go back. So if your next set of ingredients arrive early, there are still items in here, and then they start transferring in that direction. But that's never been a problem with this design. Right? Why is that? Why is it never a problem? What's going on here? I want one that's set up and ready to go. This one right here, I think, was brewing continuously at one point in time. Because it brewed all of those. So, it's got water bottles. I think I had some... It's got ingredients. I just want to watch it in action, I think, is the idea. So why is it currently not working? It's probably because this is full. No? Is it because there's no... No, there's items there. It's because there's an ingredient. There's multiple ingredients. It's because it don't have blaze powder. It had been running around the clock forever, and the reason it stopped working is because it ran out of blaze powder. So now we can watch this thing in action. We're going to take out all but sugar. Alright, and we're just trying to get our head around this before we jump into it. X, do you play on a higher FOV than normal? No, I do not. It gives me a bit of a headache when you have those like wide shots of things, because you're sort of seeing things beyond your peripheral vision. Okay, so the timing is that it goes... So remember, this is going to create another potion immediately after. That's the thing that I'm kind of stumbling on here. Alright. I guess it's the ingredient in waiting that probably gives it enough time. The ingredient that's waiting lets it go back. So we had this same problem with the one down the ends, and the way that we solved it was by changing the amount in it. This only ever had one ingredient, so yeah, we just need to change the amount of that. I thought we actually figured that out, but we didn't. That's fine, that's fine. So in our case, I believe that this is going to work with just one ingredient and that same amount there. So we're literally doing this, right? That is not necessary. We are... It's that little set. Let's just put all the things in our inventory. It's that little setup right there that we're after. Okay, okay. And I think what we're going to do is bring the signal across here. Right, so comparator. I think that's it. It almost looks like it's worth doing this on the other one, but it's different, so it'll be what it is. This is again just like signal flow management. One problem with that is we want that to go over here, I guess. Not a big problem really, is it? And that would go there. That being said, now the signal works different, because we need 53 items in here. And then it's going to turn on. So I guess we need to invert the signal and have a torch there. That, my friends, might be it. That might be the solution. Probably not. One thing we will need is a repeater somewhere around here. Let's just slap that in there. Alright, I think that's it. Uh-oh, no it's not. All the items are draining into that side. What do we... I know what we got wrong. Doesn't update it. Let's drop that down one then. Yeah. Okay, this... Let's run through that again. This is... What one were we looking at? This one here. This is on. And it's not when there's no ingredients. Oh. Maybe this isn't what we want. Oh, it's tricky. It's tricky to figure this stuff out. So the thing is, the difference is ours is going to be on or off a lot. This thing, when there's nothing to go in... Oh, this is a whole other level now. So, okay. There are ingredients waiting to go in when this thing is not in use. That is a big difference between ours and that one. We can't... I don't think we can do that because this relies on what's below being backed up to stop potions from shifting through. So we need to adapt what we've got here to make it work. So therefore, we're going to have to think this one through. Maybe we simply put it the other way around? I can't see that being great. Then we have a torch there. Oops. Okay, so now when... I think it works, because when the items come in... Sorry, when that gets powered on, once the second ingredient arrives, in fact, we might need to set that to... there's a good point. So, this delay here between the two ingredients can mess it up. Let's set it at 1. So this one goes in, then the other one goes in. They also filter down. So when the first item goes through, the second one follows a little later. This might create a pulse, which wouldn't actually break anything because the item would flow over there and then come back again. It's actually not an issue. So let's just go back to doing it like we were before. Okay, so now when this turns on, those items are going to flow out. And it's not until they've gone... Wait a minute. The ingredient is going to drop out at some point in time. So it can only create a pulse at the point that the ingredient drops out. So you actually want an event where it... we need a falling edge detector again. So now... And that would be placed uncomfortably close to some other things. Could run the comparator around the corner, right? Like this. So we're now operating with very little space, but we're just trying to think. So then when it runs out and it comes down, that's when it powers this. It doesn't power it permanently though, which starts to suggest you need a flip-flop and... Ugh. This is getting tricky. A zombie MC is here for 17 months. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Cheater Code says you can hear him thinking hard. I love that beer scratching sound. Can you hear that? Like, I'm not even aware that I'm scratching my beard. That's wonderful. Okay. Yeah, okay, so I am kind of not sure if this is going to work and not sure what... Let's explore the ideas again. Let's think it through. So, we kind of need the event at which the item goes down there to create a longer delay than we did before. So we need this to turn off. So I guess maybe let's go turn off this. Let's say this is inverted now. So same sort of principle we had before. The everything here is a little too tight. Might get away with that. So if we do it like that, if it's inverted, all the items are on that side. Item comes through, makes it blink. Probably not an issue. What we will need to detect is when this is empty then. When it stays there, it becomes empty. No, is that right? The items are on this side. If it blinks, it's not a problem. When it turns off, they drain to the other side. And then it turns back on. So when this is empty, that'll hopefully... I'm almost there. I'm almost there. When this turns off, we've got an item in waiting. The items are going to be on the opposite side. Now, I think the time... Okay. The items are going to move to this side over here. And then when it leaves, when the state of this changes, is when we need to start counting, actually. Which I think means we want to do, like you've seen many times before, something like that. Detect it when it comes down. And then it'll do that. Okay, that is some guesswork right there. That is some guesswork. We need to see what happens now. I think that is the first attempt to make this work properly. So we might see it blink, which it did, but it didn't affect anything. Then we need that second ingredient, which is in waiting. Excellent. So everything's so far going to plan. This is going to empty probably way too soon. I'm calling it now. Where are we at with the brewing here? Let's see what happens. It's not quite capable. Remember, this is still brewing. It'll make a noise, actually, which is helpful. That's the moment. When that empties, when that empties for the second time, that's what we really want to detect. So, we just need to manage... We just need to manage that and then figure it out. Use your original setup, but have a repeater after the comparator detecting the brewing station. Okay, we'll come back to that idea, Benny boy, because you've made me think of something. I'm not sure if it's exactly what you said, but look at that. That's awesome. Okay. Let's go have a look and think. So that blinking is just a real issue, but then it turns on and stays on. And then the other one will turn off. At some point it will. Right, now I think the timing of the second sound we hear and this turning off is what we want. If we can eliminate the original blinking, then we've got it. Yeah. So we're detecting that second event. So if we can eliminate the original blinking, we potentially got it. One thing I will say that... Oh, no, look, it returns to the default state. Huh. Good, that's all good. That will power itself. That's the issue. So you have to do that, and then get it there. I'm going to put a lamp here as well. We just need like some obvious indicators to the activity. Okay, so I'm actually going to... What I want to do... Okay, it's 12, 13, 14, 15. That is just enough distance for the signal to travel to the end spot. That is the smallest amount of delay that we can have. Unless we actually add a delay on this side, but... Let's have a look. So, that's going to go into there. This is going to go into there, and then there's that gap where it drains. So we do actually need, I'm pretty sure... I guess we can use this space to add a delay if need be. I mean, I'm so sure of it that it's not going to work the way I want it to that I will do that. And we'll just do 1 tick delay. And it looks a bit quirky, being wired up like that, but, you know. I think that's the only way we can get it to work there. Alright, let's try again. We did not, I repeat, we did not get a pulse. We didn't get a pulse. Let's make sure the right ingredients have gone in. Dude, I think it's going to work. I think we got it. I think that is the second time today we have won. We have won Minecraft. Minecraft is ours. That's so weird that this thing like flops back just perfectly for this to work. That's so good. That's so good. Roll credits, says KZO Cured. Roll the credits, peeps. I feel like I should give that its due and put it there, but I wasn't quick enough. Right, and then we should see a full set of potions. Woo! CMH cases, all you needed was something to ignore the first pulse, which a T flip-flop could be used for. Yeah, could have been. T flip-flops can be a little bit tricky when the inputs are from the same place, I find. Maybe that's just a circuit that I need to learn, right? Like, if I can do that elegantly, which I currently can't, then it might be better option. The other cool thing is, like, when this is all, like, you know, done and said as it is right now, y'all can, you know, try and improve, compact, do all that stuff if you want to. Okay, so this is it right here. Dragon Final. Let's save. Okay, so the one other thing I wanted to do today was to perhaps modify the input process. So what I'm gonna take this and move it somewhere else. Plenty of space. Right, and then it does that when you've got to fix the redstone whenever you put a new one down. And then, oh, I see. So they sort of go forward one, but here they got nowhere to go, so you end up with two there. Got it. Right. What if, rather than placing that there, we want the player to put them box after box into... Do you know, I feel like I'm worn out with redstone, so I'm probably not going to get too into this. Let's say we want box after box to be placed, right? Those are going to have to filter through to a dispenser. I guess we can make it send a signal when the first shulker box comes to it. That would be a circuit like this one. Then when it has more inside, it's kind of locked. No, so that actually would stop. So you need to create an addition, and you need to create this so it doesn't stay permanently on. You need to use a piston extender and a observer. So the first time it gets powered, it powers it once, but it doesn't power it again for all the other ones queuing up. So then you can have multiple ones in there. Then when it finishes it brewing, it sends another signal back to this dispenser. So except it would be up here. If it's empty, it doesn't matter. Not a loss. When you put a new one in, it activates and begins. So you need that like circuit coming back across to this. Then it would go through the process, right? That would be placed. It would do its thing. It would come back here. The difference here is that you would probably have a dropper and then a chest to store the shulker boxes in. Is it that simple? Surely I've missed something. I mean, this thing goes based on the shulker box being there. You wouldn't need that any. I'm going to start building this because I think it's kind of that simple, right? Yeah, it's kind of pretty darn simple. Maybe we can do something with symmetry here for our player who's coming to use this. They can walk up to something like that, except we do need to get the items out, so there'll be a hopper there, but let's say that's acceptable. Our dispenser then will probably be here. Here's a little idea. What way is that facing, right? Sometimes it's awkward to place something the way you want. It's facing north, so set block, dispenser, facing south. Down? I thought I pressed S. Oh, okay. There you go, now it's facing the right direction. So, there we go. Why do I feel like this should be more complicated than it is? So now what we're going to do, by the way, if you're not following, we're going to brew 9 shulker boxes in a row, for example. We got noises in the ear. We got 40 Boy Free here for 9 months. Best night ever. Awesome. Oh, I'm glad you're enjoying yourself. Sonin on Twitch here for 21 months. Thank you so much. Peeps, if you're enjoying the stream, be sure to hit that follow button. And we've got over 3,000 peeps still watching. Glad you're enjoying the redstone. I will try to do more redstone projects as we go along. And I will get better at it slowly. By the way, taking the time to do some ads. I got 4 channels over on YouTube. One about music, one about talking about stuff. The live streams go on the second channel, and obviously Hermitcraft and all that good Minecraft content on my main channel. Go check them out if you haven't done so already. What else? What else shall I do? I don't know. Twitter. I've got Twitter. You know, I tweet. Okay, you know what that's about. To be fair, my Twitter's not that interesting. It just tells you when I put videos out, and occasionally I say something else. Go follow my Twitter, it's boring. Literally. Okay, right, let's do this. This should be I mean, oh, this feels like it's going to be simple. The tricky bit is getting the wire from the other side over to here. We might have some space issues. We are creating an event here that needs to power that dispenser. I can already see what the problem is. This that I've been using a lot. Oh, do you know what? Maybe, just maybe, it can detect something changing like here, like a lamp. I don't know what the best block to use in this situation is, but like a dropper, right? A dropper gets powered and therefore it sends a signal there. So if I put an item into here, we should see that blink. Aha. I'll take that back then. Then if there are multiple items in there, now the dispenser is smart. I can see there being potentially one problem, which is if the player decides to put in random shulker boxes at random times. So when this thing has been emptied, we kind of need a lock up here. We need a lock. But let's just get this working based on the player not goofing around with it, right? Because if we put a bunch in quickly, it'll be fine. If we put them in sporadically, it can break it. So this circuit has some flaws. Right, anyway. That right there is essentially what we're looking for. Didn't need a piston after all. Next thing we need to do is power that block when something down here happens. The event, circuitry for the event starts here. So we could replicate the same thing. Just going to keep it at the same level. That, or potentially back by one block to there. That to there. Right, you are powered by the repeater. Except you'd actually be over by one, but now you're very, very close to some redstone, which will probably interfere with it. Maybe I'm looking at this. Wait a minute, hang on. No, what am I thinking? It is definitely... So the other place we can get the signal is down here. I'm trying to avoid just having a big old wire come around and try and figure out like an event that happens that's parallel. It's kind of like super awkward to fit in this area, but I think a way we can do it is that there. And then we need to use pistons a little differently now. Or maybe slime blocks? Would they... I guess I could turn some of these into immovable blocks. Okay, so at that level, it can get powered, but it's not powered by anything. Oh, we're doing some slime stone today. I didn't know we'd be using the old slime block. So to bring the signal up, it can move up and down there. I believe these things can move alongside redstone torches without an issue. And I believe they can move alongside hoppers as well. Without issue. That's very good. So this will send a signal upwards. And look how close we are to where we want to be. Now potentially what I could use is an observer. This will be powered up then down, and it's on the down event that I want this to work. I think I can literally do that. If that works, that's just cool. But it probably won't. Okay. Am I overlooking something? Let's walk ourselves through it. Bunch of shulker boxes go in. One gets dispensed. The thing does its business. Shulker box goes down the bottom, comes back up here. At which point that event happens, we start brewing the second one because of this. So if this works, there you go. Right, chat. You're betting. A big capital Y or a big capital N if you think it's going to work. Yes or no? You tell me. Y and N. Oh, it's going to grab blocks. Lobless, thank you for pointing that out. So for the people putting no, was it because of the movable blocks? We've got to change 2 blocks here. What's the best immovable block? I do not know, but for some reason my brain is thinking... Oh wait, immovable. This actually can be moved by slime. It can be pushed, but it doesn't pull. I think I can get away with that. Obsidian, someone said. Yeah, obsidian is just like blatant. Furnace. Yeah, that tends to fit in the aesthetic of it better, doesn't it? Okay, there we go. There we go. Now there are more Ys in chat. There are literally more Ys in chat. Okay, thank you. Thank you, peeps, for waging in. Here we go. Ah! I mean, this is just like one of those moments. Should I adapt this? I should, actually, before we do it. Okay. I'm going to take that. Oh. One, two. Yeah. Then we add 2 more in that direction. Mm-hmm. Can't use capitals. Modifier auto, this one is called. And I believe we can make the same modification to both systems quite easily. So it'll be a question of which one do I want to go with. I think I want to do this one, but we know there's a flaw with it, so we have to wait and see. Right, here we go. You know, everything could go wrong, and that's fine if it does. Right, one shulker was placed. We know the rest of this works somehow. It's doing its voodoo magic. Right, we're getting some brewing action. We're getting some hot brewing action going on over here. Look at that brewery go. Awesome. Okay, something got activated back here. I didn't see what it was, actually. It wasn't the ingredient thing again, was it? Oh, yeah, no, it was, but for a different circuit. No, that's fine. That's what we want it to do, because they're draining. And when they stop draining, it's going to place another one and start over again. Come on now. Come on now. I'm literally bobbing up and down with excitement. Are they getting stuck? Did something go wrong? I think something went wrong. Something went wrong. We have no shulker box there. Why would that be? Is it because I... Oh, look at that. There isn't a connection. When did I break that? Oh, it's when I broke this little bit here. Cool. Not too bad. Not too bad, because we know what's wrong. So, let's take out... Oh, the next one was placed. No, that's the original one. I don't know if breaking that puts it in. We're going to have to start over and check everything is... Oh, it makes a signal when it goes empty. Interesting. Not a problem, though. So we accidentally missed one bit of redstone. I guess, should put that empty one down here. I mean, I think it's sort of locked in a state. So we can wait for that to do its thing. So it might just, like, sort of continue now, essentially. Is it draining? Are those are unlocked? They should be draining. Did I put in a full one by mistake? I don't know if I did or I didn't, but let's find. Okay, let's start again. Color coding them might help. Right, in theory, we should have some drainage action going on right now. Looks like we have. Here we go, here we go. Okay. We have lost 4 potions. They could be in here. But they're not. Okay. Where are those 4 potions then? Are they in that? Right, I'm going to assume... that us goofing around broke something somewhere, so that is explained. The thing that I want to check is that shulker boxes didn't end up here. Is that me? I'm clicking on the other side. Cool. That's cool. Yeah, no shulker boxes ended up over here. So I think it's ready to go again. Let's close that up. This time, we have the one piece of redstone that we need in place. And let's see if the magic will happen. Let's also save that because, yeah, that's got the redstone fixed. Okay. It's doing its thing. It's doing its thing. Let's just leave it. Let's just see if all goes well. I mean, the thing we want to watch is the down event over here. Sounds like we're in brewing stage. Was that? That was something else. Hopefully something that was supposed to happen. Unlock. Okay, remember that doesn't get powered until it comes down. Which is when the drainage happens, right? And the draining is happening. And now the whole thing should be going again. Yep, it's going again. All modified. And all our unmodified ones are in here. Let's just let it run. Let's just let it run. It's seemingly doing its thing. Right, Iron Juice is here for 8 months. Licky Sticky Icky is here for 14. Peeps, it's hangout time. We're just going to hang out and let this thing do its thing. And it's possibly just going to do shulker box after shulker box. I love that redstone. Feels like programming, says Harakabe. It's very similar, isn't it? Would you leave a world download of this thing? Rightus, I think after all is done and built on Hermitcraft, I will probably release some sort of redstone world because it is a real fascinating contraption. And here's the other thing, like some of you out there are super smart and you can look at this and you can look at all the events and the wiring and the positioning stuff and you can probably think of shortcuts. One of the things you've got to do is like event management. A lot of the events happening are based off of other things happening inside of it, and sometimes that can be streamlined and simplified, and I've tried to keep it like that to begin with, but I bet there's some good stuff you can do with this based on timing. It's still doing its thing, isn't it? It's still. I think it's literally just working, and I can't believe it. Stop the Dragon Breath command block. It's not really an issue because the items are just despawning, right? Like the timing on that one is a little different. Oh, it's actually still stocking up. Yeah, I changed this to 6 with one of the commands, and then it's more obvious, but they just despawn straight away, so it's not really a big deal. Look at this. Look at this, my friends. Have we got another one coming in, or is it broken? It's probably broken now. Spoke too soon. Yes! Well, there is still that one flaw, says KZ on. What flaw is that? I don't know of any flaws going on over here. Oh yeah, no, sorry, I know what you're on about. I know what you're on about. You're on about this. So the issue is if let's say that this were empty and there wasn't a shulker box there and I put one in, it could put one in at the wrong time. A remedy for that might be to lock this hopper at a particular point in time. Actually, do you know what? If I locked it immediately from this, that in theory is good enough, right? Like now I can't break it and it doesn't accept another one until, so in a way that makes using this a little bit silly. But if I lock the hopper, only one gets in at a time, and they can still flow into that hopper from this one, so they can be queued up. So we can simplify this. Except I think I'm going to keep that the same, just because because we don't want to. Well, this will only ever have one in at a time. Let's say somehow it gets 2 in by mistake. I'm just going to leave that. So I think we just added something to make it idiot-proof. Let me be an idiot for a second, right? I come along. We got to take one out. We'll wait for the next one to come in, okay? And then we'll see if this is idiot-proof or not. That thing just blinked because of that. Yeah, no, and that's fine. That doesn't affect anything. Dang. So it blinked. Okay, so if I come along as an... Oh no, look. No, that's fine. That's fine. Wait, no, there's going to be a point here where it's not fine, and that is now. Aha. That's a very bad thing that I just did. So no, unfortunately, it is not idiot-proof. And now the whole system is broken. And I will fix it. No, that was not a solution. Okay, so we need an idiot-proof solution. The fact that it was sitting here on kind of I wonder if we're inverted, right? I was thinking about the signal wrong. If it were inverted, then it's not on when nothing's in there. So if something flows through, no, something is in there. So more can go in. If nothing is in there, nothing else can go in? But then, how do you get the first one in? No, doesn't work. Right, I need to fix this. Because it's all going to be broken now. And we'll do that just by... probably... oh, I don't even know where to begin. What's going on here? We've got partial potions. Yep, we've got a hopper. That doesn't surprise me. Sorry, a shulker in the hopper. And then I think we're going to see partial potions. And the system is locked because those potions would have flowed straight through, which you can see. Look at this. I understand how this works. Okay, the machine is now good to go again. There are no potions in the brewer. Nothing stuck up top. It just means this last one here is probably a bit pants. Yeah, look at that. Wasn't all fully brewed. Cool. So, one tiny little thing to figure out, and then we will probably actually switch to using this one over the other one, just because the interface is very clean, and you don't have to place any blocks. Dang, what a live stream, eh? What a live stream. And now we've reached the end of it. Big thank you for everyone for tuning in today. Hope you were entertained, having a good time. We're going to potentially do a raid. Let's go see who we can raid. Yeah, Love Tropics is happening. As you know, Hermitcraft kind of got involved, some of the hermits, with that last year. So I'll send you over to Love Tropics. As I'm aware they're doing a good thing. Where's the raid thing? Right, peeps, before you head out of here, hit that follow button, and in a second you'll be able to hit the raid button. So a massive thank you to everyone who subscribed, resubscribed, donated, and cheered. I appreciate all your support here on Twitch, and I'll see you tomorrow after the Hermitcraft livestream. So, ciao for now. Bye-bye.